Not able to find double top. And Brendan Dolan had set it up very nicely. He's looking at double top himself for a breaker throw. And the first leg of the match, bang in the middle. Brendan Dolan swaggering his way up to the board.
Well, we said it was a slow start, Dan, but it was still a 16-darter, which is pretty tidy. But Brendan now steps up. He's already broke the throw. We say it so many times. You work hard to break the throw. Don't just give it away. Make your opponent work for it. And that's a great start from Brendan.
Yeah, when Brendan went on that run here at the NH Koningshof Hotel, the Dutch Darts Masters at the back end of last year, he did end up losing to Huybrechts in the final despite 101 average. It beat David Venken, Gary Anderson, David Pallett, Jarkko Kamula, who awaits the winner of this one, and Simon Whitlock as well. And we all know what a force Simon Whitlock is, particularly on the European tour. He seems to relish playing across Europe. Certainly in Germany has a very vocal backing. Never underestimate the power of an image of a man with a ponytail and a long beard. As Ronny Huybrechts sticks 2 in the treble 20. And a third one. First 180 of the match. And the Belgians off and running.
Well, it's certainly got him back in the leg. He's got a few points, a bit of change, as we say. And Brendan, the last thing he wants is a visit without a treble, because that gives the leg to Huybrechts, and it's exactly what he's done. So the 180 has thrown out a little bit of scare tactics to Brendan. But as I say so many times, the 180 is absolutely brilliant, but you've got to follow it up with something. And he's not done it. You know, he's cut it straight in half.
Not even left himself a finish there, so Brendan has got at least 6 darts from here. He'll be thinking if he can just put a 140 in, he'll be set very nicely to close out this leg. And that's snuck into the treble 20. Can he get another one in? Yes, he can. It's exactly what he wanted, Brendan.
Well, he's going to get 1 dart at a double. Huybrechts, minimum of a ton. He can't have another visit without a treble. Well, he hit the 180, thrown another 6 darts without a treble. So Brendan Dolan, he threw first in this match, 68 after 12 darts. A tidy leg. He's going to get at least 1 dart at the double. And he doesn't hit the big number. Well, 53, although he's missed the big number, it's not a nightmare, because the 13 still leaves him that 1 last dart at the double.
Well, he's missed it, and Huybrechts is sat in Shanghai. He would have liked it to be a little bit less, but he just needs to stay straight. Last thing he wants to see is this drift into the 1. Beautiful stuff. 20. For tops. And to immediately break back. There's that little hesitation, contemplation from Huybrechts. Often does it. Can't quite find the bed.
Well, the previous leg, that dart at double top went quite high. That one's just pulled a little bit low. Now Dolan. 2 legs to nil, Brendan Dolan. It just shows you how easy it can swing. Huybrechts 1 dart in each of those 2 legs, but he finds himself 2-0 down. But he's in there again.
Well, you talked about Dolan and how he's been steadily making progress. At no point, well, I tell a lie, there was a couple of week period where he did drop slightly in the rankings, but he's still convinced in his own mind that effectively he's never dropped down the rankings. He's just been going up and up and up. And for a man, as a former decorator who didn't think he was going to achieve a great deal at one point, didn't think he had the game, then he had great runs at the Grand Prix, a couple of years running, convinced himself that he could mix it with the best. And he's told me before that even if other people doubt him, he thinks he can. be a top 6, a top 4 player even, as he looks for a 180. He doesn't.
Well, it was ironic, Dan, that before that Grand Prix they lost to Phil in the final. He had a good couple of tour events as well. I was speaking to him before on that Friday night, and he was going to pack the game up if it didn't go well for him. As Huybrechts puts in a 180. Great leg of darts here. Yeah, he was going to pack it up if it didn't go well for him. It just shows you how 1 week in the whole of your life can turn your financial life around.
Yeah, certainly can. I mean, it was his run to the final here. Just 5 days later, he won his first ranking event on the PDC, beat Ricky Evans. And then 3 weeks after that, he won his second.
92.
Beat Jamie Robinson 6-1 in the final. Convinced him that he is a man to be taken seriously. Huybrechts now looking at double 16 for his first leg on the board, and that is a very clean kill there, an 11 dart leg for Ronny Huybrechts.
Well, both players, Brendan Dolan just under the 100 average, and likewise is Ronny Huybrechts. So a good tussle between the Belgian and the Irish.
99.
Not the best of starts for Ronny. He needs to stay with Brendan. And that's a perfect dart for Brendan. Surely he'll fill this one up. All three in the red bit. Just needed to go to the right hand side of those darts, but he's coming under it and just kissed the barrel and go on the 20. The 140 keeps the pressure on.
58.
Just 58, and Brendan Dolan can just serenely plod down towards a winning double to try and re-establish that 2-leg lead. Great switch to the 18s. Brilliant stuff from Brendan Dolan.
Well, Brendan's going to have plenty of darts from 134, possibly 9. Oh, yes, it will be 9. Well, just don't miss big numbers. If you don't hit a treble, it ain't over matter, but well, just in case, just take it out here and then. Well, he's hit the 33 instead of the 42, which is just above it, but he sets it up absolutely perfectly. And all Ronny can do is really have these for practice. You must never give up. So
83. Brendan, you require 32.
So Brendan Dolan looking at the little green bit to go 3-1 up. His darts kicked up a little bit there. He's got to move across to open up that double 8. Finds it expertly. No bother for Brendan Dolan.
well, a 14 dart leg there. That's irrelevant whether it's a 13, 14 or 15. On that visit, he takes it out cleanly. The only difference is it brings your average down, and I can assure you the player is not too bothered about that. As long as if he steps up to the hockey, he's got 3 darts in his hand. If he hit it with the last dart, it doesn't matter. He's hit it with that visit.
Always nice to have a little bit of confidence going into the next leg, though, particularly when your opponent's back on 200 odd in the previous one. He's managed to salvage that visit. Huybrechts with a treble. But Brendan will be looking to put him under pressure. Only 4 legs into this game.
85.
But if he were to break Huybrechts here and put him in a commanding position, that's more like it for the Belgian. Much more like it.
I don't know whether it's just nerves from Ronny or perhaps it's the pace of Brendan, a little bit slow. He's having too much time to think. We can see Ronny over Brendan's left shoulder there, just walking about, pacing about. We can see him just checking his flights now, make sure they're all square in the dartboard. In the stem, not in the dartboard. Sorry.
Did you used to have any things you did to try and keep yourself focused and occupied when you were playing a player who was slowing things down, whether intentionally or just because that's how they play?
I used to talk to my daughter. Yeah, I used to talk to her all the time, you know, in my head. And that used to keep me focused and just check your flights to make sure they're square. And I used to talk to my daughter in my head. And a crazy thing, they do say I am a bit crazy. But what you've got to do, you've got to find a place that's comfortable for you. And any sportsman will tell you. So the people who say it's a load of rubbish, the people ain't the winners. You know, Phil Taylor, he must go to a great place because he keeps focused so much. And sometimes, you know, you're totally focused when you're playing. When you walk back, you relax, take big, deep breaths. Then you focus again. So you kind of switch yourself on and off. But you stay in the bubble. You don't go outside of the bubble. I mean, the Americans call it the zone. But anything that you can do that keeps you in that bubble, then you do. Sometimes it takes you a long time to find it. But when you do it, it's a happy place.
A happy place. A little glimpse into Rod Harrington's mind palace for you there. Oh, Ronny Huybrechts now looking at 108. He's going to stay on the treble 20. Well, he's not going to get it, and Brendan Dolan is going to have a poke at 156.
Brendan, you require 156.
The Barney special. Can he take it out, Brendan? This would be a body blow if he were to take it out. It's not going to happen, so Ronny Huybrechts will get a chance to hold his throw, but what kind of pressure is he going to be under?
100.
Well,
Ronny, you require 48.
some pretty serious pressure, it has to be said. 48 should mean 2 darts at a double for Ronny Huybrechts. It's going to be double 16 he wants. Stares it down, finds his target, gets another leg on the board.
6 ladies, Brendan, the filters. He lost.
However, Brendan has got that all-important break. So if he holds on to his throw, he knows he can't be beaten. And the one thing Brendan has learnt in this game is he is pretty strong on his throw. He's one of, I mean, we see Mickey Mansell win this afternoon against Kim Huybrechts, and we kind of call him old-school dart player. And I think we'd put Brendan in that category as well. You know, he's got the old-style throw. He loops it a little bit instead of the power push into the dartboard. Takes his time. He's not going to be rushed. I mean, you know, you could have a train going past Brendan and he'd say, hang on a minute, you know. And that characteristic tongue that just comes out as he lets go of the dart.
Yeah.
Well, there's Kim Huybrechts' young lady, his wife there, supporting the brother-in-law.
100.
A ton from Ronny. Brendan still in control of this, though. Just looking at hold his throw, and that's ideal for him. Unfortunately, he couldn't follow another one in there. He's switching down and switches down brilliantly to the treble 19. 142 left after 9. Looking set fair for another 15 dart leg or potentially fewer.
100.
Well, an important last dart from Ronny, just to keep him within touching distance. But Brendan's got 6 darts from here, and he'd fancy himself to make it 4-2. Well, that is not where he wanted it to be.
Well, that was a flyer, wasn't it? But he smartens it up with the last one. I mean, he shakes his hands and his head to say, blowing what's going on, but he's still done the right thing. He's given himself 2 darts at a double. All Ronny can do is put a bit of pressure on. Well, he's going to do that. Is it the treble 15, treble 19, and the bullseye 25? Well, certainly he has put the pressure on. Now, the interesting thing with Brendan here, because his darts kick up so much, He's got to be careful where this first dart goes in the 20. He's got to keep it away from that treble, obviously. It depends how high it goes. And oh, that's absolutely perfect. He couldn't have put it in there any better. Right over to the left. He's got the whole of the double top to look at.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Brendan Dolan. The frustration of missing the double top. But the double 10, no mistake at all. Another holder throw from Brendan Dolan.
And a 15 darter down. He ain't going to lose many legs on the throw. We do say when you get two, as Ronnie's put in a 180, we say when you've got two class players, you know, you're going to have to throw a 12 dart to break the throw. We know the odd leg goes well over sometimes, but now Brendan's on a bit of a run. He's going to be hard to break down, and those 180s, if you're going to hit them against the throw, especially when you need the break.
Yeah, well, he's hit 3 of them so far, Ronnie, but he's still 4-2 down. And Brendan, he's got that cushion there. He knows that on Ronnie's throw, he can just attack, see if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. He knows he's just got to keep throwing 15 darts of fury on his own throw, and he's got a fantastic chance of moving through to the third round to face Jarkko Kamula, who's beaten Mark Walsh and Paul Nicholson so far this weekend. The Finn, who had a great run here last year, beating Nicholson and James Wade along the way.
Well, Brendan still just a smidgen under 100 average, so he's keeping up a very good standard. Ronnie just over the 96.
58.
And Brendan's probably going to have to switch with his third dart. If one of these first two goes in the treble 20, well, he might have to now. He's going to need another one of those.
95.
Well, 6 darts from 167 for Huybrechts. Both players on the same score. So if Ronnie hits the 2 trebles, he will be going for the bullseye. There's none of this, don't think he's going to hit it. Never give your opponent a chance. And that is a wonderful last dart.
And then you require 167.
Well, can Dolan show Huybrechts how it's done? A 167. It'll be the biggest outshot we've seen so far this weekend. It isn't going to happen. But can he just get one in the treble 20 there to equal the score of Huybrechts? Yes, he can. Dolan ready to pounce if Huybrechts can't clear this up.
$18 leaves double 16. For his second leg, he hit this double 16 cleanly with 1 dart. And he's done it again. Keeps the momentum going. Gets within 1 leg of Dolan. And Dolan, as we've said so many times, has been really strong on his throat. He's got to keep this going. And Ronny Huybrechts, well, he's hit a few 180s. He desperately needs one in this leg.
Now then, a chance. Ronnie at the back of the stage, nodding his head, geeing himself up. Purposeful stride towards the oche. Can he take advantage? That is what he wanted. And that is even better. Is this the break that Huybrechts needs? He's running out of time to get it. It's right above the wire. And it was inviting one for the treble 20. You can see what Brendan thought of it. Managed to rescue that visit. But he's lost the darts to Huybrechts. And the Belgian is not letting up. Not at all.
Well, 2 140s for Huybrechts. That's what he's got to do. He's got to get this throw back. And he really has put the pressure on Brendan Dolan now. And Brendan Well, for the first time in the match, he's starting to drift a little bit. Oh, Huybrechts got this breaker throw in the palm of his hand. Just got to, we keep calling it stay straight, but that's all he needs to do. Just pick up a treble in 3 darts. He still should get at least 6 darts from 161.
Brendan on the 18s here, would it be? Straight to the 20s. Oh, Brendan, this leg is slipping away from him. Impressive last dart. But Ronny Huybrechts is the man in the driving seat. Only 40 off. What's he going to leave? Yeah. Good thinking from Ronny.
Well, he was going for the 25 to leave 96 for the 2 dart, but he's pinned the bullseye, so that guarantees him a dart at a double, maybe 2 at 16s. All Brendan can do. Well, he might just tap Ronny on the shoulder. Now Brendan will go for the bullseye. Well, he's just tapped Ronny on the shoulder and says, I'm just about, if you're going to miss the double, I'm there. So the treble 13 should be the route. That leaves him double 16 or the 13, 18 for tops. Or will he go for the 51? No, it's gone to 13, 18. Now he's hit this the double 16 very well. The last 2 legs cleanly. Can he take the double top to level it up?
No, he can't. And suddenly that 136 from Dolan on his last visit has bought him the opportunity to hold his throw and go within 1 leg of the next round. How many dots at a double will he have? Well, it's only going to be 1. 20 for tops. Sneaking it in there, but he opens up the bed and he finds it. And Brendan Dolan, talk about clutch finishing. There was a dart there from Ronny Huybrechts which could have changed the course of this game. But Brendan Dolan has taken out 66 with his last dart. And he can taste the 3rd round.
Well, it's ironic that Ronny, he's had 3 darts at double top and all missed. Yet the double 16s, he's been hitting with the first dart. How quickly this game can turn. I mean, he was so far ahead of Brendan there, but that one big shot and he takes out 66. You know, you just don't give up. And Brendan's old school, he'll never give up. You won't throw any darts away. But certainly the double top has cost Ronny Huybrechts in this game so far. The score could easily be round the other way. So a lot of hard work now. Can't afford any mistakes. And that is one of those mistakes.
Brendan Dolan looking to sneak one in there. Does it brilliantly. Does it brilliantly. This could turn out to be the final leg of Ronny Huybrechts' Dutch Darts Masters. Could see the last Belgian hopes in the tournament snuffed out.
82.
Yes, a little bit of tension coming in the Huybrechts throw there. All the tons are starting to be just over the 80s. The 140s are now back to the tons. And, well, if we talk about 180s, Huybrechts needs to find one. Dolan casually going along, keeping the pressure on. Just keep tapping him on the shoulder. I'm around. Hundreds will be bad shots. But don't give me a shot at a double because he knows he's going to hit it. He's that confident at the moment.
Well, you said he needed a 180. And there it is. There it is. 4th 180 of the match for Ronny Huybrechts. Really does need it. What if Brendan found one here? What if he found his first one of the match? Won't happen, but a 140 applies some pressure. He'd take a ton.
60.
Well, doesn't get any. So Ronny Huybrechts, he may get another shot at double top here. It's not been his best friend. So 20 for tops. Looks like it's a nice clear bed for him. And finds it. Eventually, double top comes to Ronny Huybrechts' aid.
Well, I think the expression of Ronny Huybrechts said it all when that dart went in. Why can't I have found it a little bit earlier on? He's put himself under a lot of pressure because of missing the double top. But now Brendan will be thinking a level ton leg, level 15, par I call it. And he's going to probably walk off into the next round. A 12 darter needed from Ronny, and that's a great start. Hit a 180 in the last leg.
Yeah, 4 so far for Ronny Huybrechts. He did hit an 11 darter in the third leg of the match. He needs to find something special again. Either that, or he's just relying on Brendan Dolan to slip up. And he doesn't look like he's in the mood to do so. Just a ton.
Well, he put the first dart straight in the middle with the previous 3. Didn't follow it up. This time he's going to follow it up. Well, that's good enough. That's just putting some pressure on. Needs to find another one of those when he returns. Ronny will be wanting Brendan to turn up and not hit a treble here. And Brendan will be thinking, well, just one more treble. And that's the mistake that Ronny Huybrechts wanted to see. He's got the throw. Now he's got to step up, Dan. A ton plus. He can't go and throw 320s because he lets Brendan back in the leg.
Perfect for Ronny Huybrechts. Unlucky, but it seems like there's plenty of room. A 140 will do very nicely indeed. Huybrechts has not been able to break Dolan all the way through this match. Is he going to do it when Dolan has got the finishing line in sight? He's going to snatch that possibility of the win away from him. Oh, unable to follow that first dart. Just taking a moment. Looks like he's switching down the board.
94.
Oh, 94 is not going to leave him much. A 167 is a huge shot to take out. Huybrechts may get 6 darts from here. Well, that's not going to go this time.
45.
He could have left it a lot easier than that.
Oh, you can see he put his fingers to the head as if he was pulling the triggers to his temples, because that could have cost him dearly. I don't think Brendan will take this out, or saying that, the 57 will give him a dart at that bullseye, and he's going to get it. What a way to finish this match, and he does it. As I said, I don't think he's going to do it. Brendan Dolan steps up, and he'll feel that he's nicked the match, but that's what it takes. Brendan Dolan beats Ronny Huybrechts. What a great performance for the two guys. Well, coming up, this will be a quick match and a high-class match as well. Ian White takes on the bull, Terry Jenkins.